Main event time then here on British Eurosport. Steve Holdsworth and Bob Mead with you once again. The World Heavyweight title. This is the WBA version between the holder, Nikolai Valuev, against the challenger, Ruslan Chagaev. And here comes the challenger from Andijan in Uzbekistan, originally now lives in Hamburg, known as the White Tyson, 28 years of age and a southpaw to boot. And not only that, he's undefeated in 23 fights so far, 22 wins and 1 draw. The draw was a technical decision when he fought Rob Calloway back in 2002. A cut stopped the fight in 3 rounds and it went to a draw. But he's not done a great deal wrong, Bob Mead.
He's not, Stephen. It's interesting. He's obviously much shorter than Valuev. He's only just above 6 feet tall, but he is a southpaw. He is clever, very knowledgeable fighter. He can box either with pressure or he can counter. I like him.
I like him too. But here comes, well, here comes the big man, 7 feet 2 inches tall. Nikolai Valuev, the reigning and defending WBA champion, making the 4th defense of his title here.
Nikolai, the Russian giant.
The Russian giant indeed. And the first time we saw him on Eurosport was back in 1996 when he fought Neil Kirkwood and Darren Fern. And he stepped over the top rope to get into the ring, which is just one of his little party tricks, and it's a cracker as well. Here he comes, huge man, very deep voice, and of course his record speaks for itself. 46 wins, sorry, yeah, 46 wins so far in 46 outings. Make that 47 outings because he had a no contest, Bob, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. That was a while back.
Yes, I remember that.
Totally irrelevant now. He's a fascinating character, isn't he? As you say, here he goes, just wanders into the ring as if he's out for a Sunday afternoon stroll. See, they're now calling him the Russian giant. They've ditched Frank Maloney's old nickname for him when he was in London of the Beast from the East. He didn't take to that too well. Didn't like that. Kept complaining. My name's Nikolai, he said.
So formalities completed then.
Touch of class, wasn't it? It was almost like being under a tea room in Worthing or something if you closed your eyes.
So Puerto Rican referee then, and well, there's the challenger, 28 years of age, Ruslan Chagaev. Undefeated.
Ruslan, the White Tyson, Chagaev.
And there's nothing on paper that suggests that Chagaev can win this at all.
Aus St. Petersburg in Russland, der größte und schwerste Boxweltmeister aller Zeiten, der unbesiegte Champion, Nikolai, the Russian giant, Valuev.
Incredible, 22 stone 11 pounds weighing in here. And that's incredible, isn't it, Bob?
Yeah, what a huge man. Yeah, 319 pounds. He's heavier by more than 100 pounds here.
And not only that, he's more than a foot taller and has got an 11-inch reach advantage. I mean, everything's against Chagaev, isn't it?
We'll see.
Round 1 then of the scheduled 12-round WBA Heavyweight Championship contest, and the southpaw, all the way from Uzbekistan, based in Hamburg, Ruslan Chagaev, against this enormous man. As I say, over a foot taller, and I can't remember what he outweighed him by, Bob, but it's a pretty hefty amount, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something in the region of 109 pounds. So, I mean, he's a light flyweight, heavy, but heavier than he is, if you like. He's huge. But, well, Valuev's improved. When he began, he was very, very novice-y, but he's learned how to use what he's got. He's slow, of course he is, because he's so big, but he can... He did that little right hand land there. He's got the jab on. He's learned how to do that, and he can put a few punches together after it. But of course, he's painfully slow.
That's right. And despite being so big, by the way, he hasn't got much of a punch on him, and he doesn't take a huge whack. He's been rocked several times in the past. And I always said, Bob, didn't I, that a fit Evander Holyfield's the kind of man who would beat Nikolai Valuev, someone with heart and a good boxing brain.
Well, yeah, in his own time, of course, that era, those fighters were better than Valuev. Holyfield, Tyson, Lewis would all be too good in their different ways for him. But we are here, it's 2007, and we've got what we've got. And he's the most fascinating heavyweight out there. Whether he's the best, well, no, I think Vladimir Klitschko's way, way beyond him in talent. Maybe Chagaev will prove to be so as well. But Valuev, you're right, he doesn't have a knockout shot with one punch, but what he does do is wear people down. He's so strong, he just demoralizes people, and he's very, very hard to beat, as the record shows.
Well, he makes big men look small, doesn't he, Nikolai Valuev? And well, like you say, Bob, he has improved. He certainly does believe in more in his ability nowadays. I don't think he had that much belief initially, but he's winning this first round without question.
So far, Chagaev's had a look. He's landed the odd long-range shot without too much conviction, but he's right to just keep on the move, have a look, assess the situation, because you can't spar for Valuev, can you? You can prepare in your mind, but you can't really prepare for the reality. Where do you find anybody in sparring that's anything like this?
That's a fact.
So the first round really important for Chagaev, just to feel his way into the contest.
So Chagaev's dead, and very quick-handed, by the way, Chagaev, for a small man. Well, a big man, actually, but looking small here. And he does pack something of a punch, too. He's top 17 in 25 wins. More of that, hopefully, a wee bit later.
10 seconds.
Once again, a snappy left cross there from Ruslan Chagaev. But the first round certainly goes Valuev's way.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought Chagaev improved as he went on, in that he stopped Valuev working. He kept moving around. He worked out what was happening. He's clearly looking for that left hand over the top, and throwing it just almost as an exploratory punch to see what happens when he does throw it. And when he does, nothing comes back from Valuev. So I think Chagaev lost the round, but he'll be quite confident after that. Probably not as bad as he, in the back of his mind, he feared it might be.
Yeah, 14 years of professional fighter, Nikolai Valuev. Didn't have much of an amateur career to speak of, Bob, did he?
No, there's no point really. He had, we're told, 15 contests. Certainly boxed in the Goodwill Games in 1994, but he'd already had a pro fight by then, so yeah, things were confusing at those times.
Well, that's nothing compared to what Chagaev was up to.
No, that's right. He did the same thing.